Eclipse. I know you said it in the Discord messages, so you won't have Act running up.
Yeah.
Just to confirm. Okay.
Yeah. I'm on my laptop and I don't have it set up on my
Got you.
laptop.
No
I'll have it
worries.
right now.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
mean, you do have Lumfayo just looking at this and based on how I've cleared with how many AOs I've had. The issue is the deaths are hitting you more than the damage downs.
Yeah, they're very detrimental. Dying is bad.
The life, for
I
example,
know it's obvious, but yeah.
lots of people here have problems. For example, like 80% uptime, or the low DOT uptime, or stuff with rotation, and they're drifting the cities, and that's
I'm
Hello.
my best to
something
keep
that
up my dot as much
that's
as I
something
can.
that is like it's not something that we have to improve as a team. That's something that will come with the time, practicing with your job, going to the dummy and reading more and more of the job. But stuff like buff alignment is something that we can work in a shorter time.
Yes.
I was looking at my logs and most of the pulls I was doing really well on, which is kind of annoying.
How is it
Like, for
annoying?
example, I learned how to. There's only one mechanic that I still don't know how to create it properly, so I'm only using one unnecessary lightning shots in my pools. So my main problem is sometimes I accidentally drift GCD, especially like my Gnashing Fang or my Double Down, and I drift that and goes one GCD later, and then when I see it's two GCD later, I really have to work on that.
As long as it's not getting drifted too far, you can if it's just one GCD, you just Sonic Break first, and then you can pick it up.
Yep, but that's the thing. Sometimes I have a problem. I have to double weave in this fight, and the Gunbreaker has to double weave, and
You have to double weave?
yep, and like it would be normal for most people, but I play in high ping, so it's basically luck if my double weave will fuck me or not, because if I get the first cleanse in the first funky floor, I have a very short window to use my Gnashing Fang. And if I don't use that Gnashing Fang because my double weave
Sorry, I was reading
fucked
something.
me, I will just lose. I'll just retreat CDs my Gnashing Fang because the cleanse is fried. It's really tight, the cleanse and my Gnashing Fang.
This fight isn't nice to
You shouldn't be
casters.
double weaving too much. You should only be double weaving continuation, danger zone, and your dot.
The thing is, I have to use my meats.
Oh,
A
your
lot.
mitts, yeah, that's true.
My meats is it's always timed when I'm like in a Gnashing Fang. So I can't skip too much. For example, something I'm doing is I'm using my Nebula during my first CD in my pool. Then I don't have to double weave right before the tank buster. So like I'm trying to always space my Nebula as early as possible. But for raid wide meets I can't do that.
Something you can do is mitt before you go into Gnashing Fang if that helps, but I mean there's enough on 2.5 Gunbreaker, there should be enough time for you to mitt and continuation.
Yeah, there is. The thing is, I play in high ping, so it's basically a 50-50 chance. I will either double weave and not get animation locked, or I will get animation locked.
You play what?
In high ping. I'm in South America, so I play in 200 ms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so probably the easiest solution for you would be mitting early, like right before you start your gnashing fangs.
That works for my personal meets, but sadly for raid raid wide meets, I usually have to, the timing it has to be a little bit more precise.
I mean, I can get most of them. Most of them if I space out missionary and reprisal, it will cover most of the mitts, most of them throughout the fight.
Yeah.
Most of the major raid wides, at least.
Like the two parts that is causing me prove they might see this the most is during the first funky floor. If I'm first cleanse, sometimes I just get unlucky and lose 3 cities of my nation thing. Or during the first fortrage, because I have to grid there because it's the starting of my opener, and I have to use my nation thing as soon as possible. And especially if my sonic break is in the beginning, it gets even tighter. So sometimes I just miss the timing, and since I can die, I have to go back and lose like half a GCD in my nation thing.
I mean,
But like I've been practicing that. I've played a little bit in Gunbreaker, another character today with Sav, and like I was doing it consistently. It's just practice, and it's not
could-
like something that is fucking up the party. It's just like some small
It's
improvement that I
optimization,
make.
right?
Yeah, it's like just some optimization, but like we are struggling in Enrage, so every damage I can extract is worth it.
On the
if
bright
you
side.
want a bigger window, you could up your GCD, your skill speed to have 2.45 or 2.4. It'll make your cartridge gain like go through the roof, and it'll make your burst
I
really
tried.
boost.
I tried 2.4, I love 2.4, but there's a problem. If you do that, you have to put 9 CDs in your No Mercy, and for that, you need a very precise double weave in the beginning. Beginning of your 2 minute and your opener. And it's really precise. I was using last year 2.40, and like only 40%
Wait.
of times I was getting the 9 CDs, so it was just damage loss. Like when I changed it from
Yeah, the little drill
2.40
bits. I found it
to
sitting up here.
2.50,
Then go to your
my passes went from 30 to
little
80
drill tool.
My
Pin
pin
vice.
vices?
just from changing
Maybe.
that CD.
I just don't know where they came from. They were just sitting up here. On the bright side, I think I figured out how to read the second do the hustle, so I might be able to call it out now.
Gamer.
Oh, we got a dragoon. Nice.
We definitely got a Dragoon.
I
The
just
answer
hope
of
they
Lore
call
will be
it
tanked
really
good and
nice.
proper.
Oh yeah, I was playing M6S with another group, and the dragon, I don't know how they missed their jump and killed themselves in their
Alright, have fun.
opener in the north wall.
It just be like that sometimes.
Eve is going off to a game session.
Nice.
It just do.
Yeah, the issue with me having like such high things outside of like my cooldowns when I miss one is there's not much I can improve on. Because I genuinely hit like 90% uptime with deaths.
I think I've got that figured out.
I can ask the guy I know who plays Dark Knight if he has any damage optimizations for me. He probably will say no.
Oh man, that's not cash money.
He ultimate raids like Fu, Top, and DSR, but he probably will say no because he knows that I already play it really well.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's a difference between them. Like, I have a friend that he's a ultimate trader. He cleared users rating pretty quickly. He also cleared Dragon's Donkey Prize and content and stuff. And I have another friend that he's a parser. Like, he has 99 parses in most of the fights. And like, the damage optimization between them is crazy because when you are parsing like for over 95s, like or 98s and 100s, there's just some crazy things that you do with your job just to get that little bit more of damage. Then like, you have to see until what point you want to optimize your damage. Like,
I know the rank 8 Fu Dark Knight, so I can ask him too. He might have something for me.
yep. The way I see it is like, if you are getting white parses, it means you have to improve. You aren't doing that properly. If you are doing green parses, mean you aren't consistent, but you have to. But you are in the expected.
Green
And
is
if you
just
get-
you hit your buttons.
Yeah, like you are what they expected. And if you get a blue, it basically is, you know what you are doing. You play well. Purple means that you are capable of extract your like everything from your job, and beyond that is basically, hey, you are a maniac.
Well,
Yeah,
half
the thing you have to remember about super high level parses is they are not representative of how to play the game, because
Yeah,
they bork
it's
the
like-
game to achieve that.
half of it is crit RNG, and the other half is sandbagging and party comps.
It's like I was saying, like that friend of mine that cleared multiple ultimates and the other friend that didn't clear ultimates but is a 99 parser. They play totally different.
There's a big difference in how you optimize in ultimates versus how you do in Savage, because you can't greed really in ultimate, so you will kill the party.
I know there are ultimate parsers and I'm scared of them.
What I look for genuinely when I'm looking at parses is their overall average. So like if they're averaging purples and orange, then that means they can consistently get that damage.
Like, I like FF logs more as a 2S. How you can improve? Not like a dick measurement contest.
It is a dick measuring contest.
For
That's
some
what it
people,
is.
probably.
Like, you can use FF logs to learn and see, oh, like with, especially with certain analysis, like, oh, I can do that better, and like, and you establish your limit, like, oh, I'll go, when I get there, I'll be fine with my skill level, and there are also people that see FF logs like, oh my god, you parse a green, you are bad, look at my 99 parse, don't come near my party.
If you parse a low green consistently and like you have like really high level gear, yeah, that is a kind of a red flag. If you're over geared for a fight and you're parsing low greens,
I think it depends. Like, I have a friend that he usually parses all around 30, and he does mechanics flawlessly, but he's not very good in rotation. And I have another person that all his parses are good, but he messes up lots of rotation. He doesn't know how to grid and stuff, and it's terrible raiding with them. Like,
What
what the other one does.
EET again.
Sorry?
Evie's asking for a spare DET? Dexterity? Oh, determination! Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not dexterity, it's determination.
Oh, you can.
I wonder why that's not triggering. Oh,
My
because
god,
I'm done. I didn't turn it on.
This is not Dark Souls.
That'll do it.
I'm debating drifting my delirium window that happens during the first Arcade Fever until after I get the buff.
Yeah,
I did it
hope so.
once, and I think everything went into the dancer's buff, but I'm not sure if it.
Oh,
actually
Doobie
did.
left.
Yep.
You're probably gonna have a hard time finding 2 Chesters this late into the week.
Makes sense.
Let's wait a little bit more. If we don't find 2 chests or tests, we just do a book run.
Okay.
Guess it was worth a shot.
How many G's in
But like, if you're pressing green, it's like I said, you are doing the expected to clear the fight. You are, doesn't mean that you are great, but it means you are doing the expected. Like, it's not that you don't know what you are doing. And to get a green, you have to do your mechanics correctly. So like, I don't mind green, like green players if person is doing their rotation correctly and
I'm the
etc.
green one. I got a green
Like,
one.
like you do.
I'm a green gamer.
Like last night, you were the person who missed the last Arcade Fever, and your DOT uptime is good and stuff. Like you have stuff that you can prove, but
Piece of shit.
you are doing the expected for the fight.
I'm no longer illiterate.
Like especially in the first pulls that you still don't have the fight very optimized. It's totally fine you getting a white parse. Like last year was my first one. My first year in M1S was a 0 parse.
That's not good.
Like that's not good, but like I was learning. It was my first time doing savage raids, and later I figured out what I was doing wrong, and I was improving, and then I was getting blues and purple parses.
Oh yeah, Evie is here if you want to donate your... whatchamacallit.
I don't know.
Damn. Is that Flogs?
Yeah,
Flogs got a glow up.
long time ago.
I mean, the colors are pretty. That's all I understand from FF logs.
I mean, I do parse once I know a fight. I do use it to flex.
I never did press run. I'll change it to any chest.
Shit.
Actually, I think we're gonna. Debating on if I just want to close down stream so I don't have it up distracting me.
Man, I gotta do experts more often. Or just roulettes. Gotta get the currency. Good trade material. Is pink the highest in FF logs, if I remember correctly?
Yep,
Why is it
pink
pink?
is 99 or 100.
Why is it pink?
Good question.
I want to know why it's pink.
I know, like, white is 1 to 25. Green is 26, so 50. I think it's to 49 actually, and blue is 50 to 94. Orange 94 to 98, and pink it's 99 and 100.
So if you want to be a
Tells you.
trusted gamer, you have to be blue. At least that's what I'm guessing.
Blue should be the average. Blue is like performing at the average once you have some gear. Like once you have
Blue
the
is-
majority of your gear, blue is the average.
Yeah, blue's
Okay,
your
okay.
mid-tier percentile. It's your 50s.
Okay, okay.
If you go to if you just click on one of the fights, it tells you what the percentiles are.
Like if you are in with current gear like update and stuff, and you are passing a blue, it basically means hey, you are doing your rotation correctly and you are getting the mechanics correctly, like no deaths or no damage downs, or like all one. And if you're doing a purple, it basically means your rotation is very good, almost flawless, and you are getting good crits.
Oh no, I forgot to consider crits. Oh no.
Yeah.
Weapons also matter a lot too.
Yeah, because
Because like I have a friend dancer that
well.
he showed me 2 of his logs. One of them, he did some mistakes. The other one, his rotation was flawlessly, every buff was aligned and etc. But he critted so almost nothing in that flawless log. So the one that he did mistakes had a higher parse.
Yeah.
Because dancer is a bitch, because you don't only need crits, you also need to proc your fourfold and I don't know
The
what
feathers.
fold.
I think
Yeah,
the feathers. The feathers.
That
help.
and parsing isn't an exact science. Parsing is something you shouldn't worry about until you've cleared the tier and have your gear.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
at
my
this,
gear
at
is
this
not
point,
made for that at all.
At this point, with
whatsoever.
even with the gear we have, we're going to get shit on by people who have cleared the tier and have better gear, which is going to drive
Well,
parse
well,
numbers
but-
down.
What you also need to remember is even if you clear week 1, even if you clear it really quick, you're also competing against people with pentamelted stuff. So if you aren't pentamelted, you essentially have less stats than them.
Yep.
Basically, Sav, if you get the best scholar right now, if you run the same run as him, but with your gear, instead of getting a 100, you get a 60.
Oh, okay. Because gear is also a factor.
Yeah, and then God forbid if you're playing something that's currently in the meta for jobs, because then there will be thousands of more parses, which will also drive your numbers down.
Oh yeah, because it's got to average out somehow because bigger
like-
numbers.
Warrior,
Or
for
you're
tanks,
doing your
Warrior is the worst job to parse. And then it's Gunbreaker, and Paladin and Dark Knight's pretty much tied. I feels like there are lots of people playing Gunbreaker, so you have to play better than lots of people. And since there is meta, there will be more good hardcore players in that job. Same thing for Pictomancer. But now if you play like Ninja, almost no one plays Ninja.
I would like to play Ninja. Not at high-end content, of course.
Actually, right now, Pictomancers make up 52.7% of caster parses in Dancing Green.
Yeah.
Considering how busted it was, does that
That
explain
friend
a
of
lot?
mine that he is 99 in every fight, he is a warrior. And he had a talk with the warrior that was the first warrior, like with the one with all on 100s. And he was saying like for you to go from 99 to 100, it's a lot harder than going from 50 to 99.
The reason Picto's used more though is because it's Black Mage and Picto are competing for slots and statics, and Black Mage doesn't bring the raid buff, and Picto does.
Yeah.
I'm aware of why.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's more because I find it humorous. So many people said Pictomancer got nerfed, but it's still got the higher percentage of usage.
And there are jobs like Viper.
What are you
It's
doing at Hammerly?
it's a new job, so people are interested.
I needed a striking dummy
and
up
is
to
it-
date.
It's an easy job. It's a good job. So like it's one of the. It's like the worst melee to Paris.
It's also like really cracked this tier because of ads.
Yep. Oh yes, like so. Everyone wants a Viper.
In
Everyone wants to get
M6, it's the king of DPS.
Like the best parse I got last year was an 81, and I didn't have besting slot by the time, so I'm pretty satisfied with that parse.
Which fight?
M3S. And I'm sad that I could have done a lot better because I got a damage down right in the end. But like M1S, I got only blues. And M2S, I hate that fight, and like... when I was playing it well, I would get hit by alarm pheromones 1. Yay!
Whack. Very whack. Yeah.
Hopefully we get someone soon.
I think the other person left.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we're not getting because the two chest thing.
Well, we're any chest now, but
Yeah, it's any chest now. I don't know. Should we go to Ether the next week?
yeah,
That's
you
all.
will have a better luck on Ether.
Yeah, but that means this will double the chances of having shitters. That's also my problem.
I mean,
We'll,
the chances
we'll
are
likely
any less
clear
than
5S
normal.
on Tuesday on Aether. Aether's Party Finder right now is apparently bouncing on Tuesdays. I've got a couple of friends who have PF'd the entire tier.
Like Tuesday, it's Tuesday, even Crystal you can raid.
Well,
Yeah.
Crystal has a raiding scene. It just disappears once all the Crystal raid is cleared at tier.
Yep. But like in Tuesday, even like in the 7.4 Tuesday, you will be able to use Crystal for re-clears and stuff because it's for clear day. Everyone will be there. Primo is basically we have either at home.
That play raid.
Okay.
We have Ether at home. Ether
Assuming we
at
do.
home.
You guys have a permanent hole? Oh, jeez. Don't you got people you can rope in?
No, not really. Most people are in groups or not raiding this tier.
I see.
Hasn't anyone here done the
Like right now,
on Frio?
we're missing one of our DPS. because they're
Not
doing
me.
Thanksgiving stuff today.
I hate that fight.
And then we're missing 2 permanent slots.
I don't plan to do
Or,
it.
excuse
not this
me,
Unreal,
Easter
because
stuff today.
I got what I wanted,
You
which
know
is
what I
the
meant.
troll mount.
No, I really didn't.
That's all I wanted.
And the free emote.
Oh, and the Sand Fox minion.
And don't
The
emote the
snake.
minion.
I hit my FC up to see if I can find 3 DPS. I don't know if anyone has all gear besides what they're plugging with, but I know if I can drag them in, you probably have a good chance of clearing.
Okie dokie.
I think they're all playing WoW though.
World of Warcraft.
Oh, hey, Rose, what's the English name for that card in the Pokemon CG that you can get a Pokemon or an energy from your discard pile into your hand?
Rescue Stretcher?
Yeah, Rescue Stretcher. I got a prize pack from Pokemon League today, and I got a League Stretcher and another League Stretcher but foil, and a foil energy.
Nice.
Like those are selling for $25 each.
Yeah,
Scary.
they're on the competitive circuit index, so
Yeah, like especially the Stretcher foil in.
because I pulled a couple of reverse hollow Arvins the other day that I sold for like $40
Holy.
because people want them in their decks. The
Reverse
ability to
hollow.
retrieve.
Arvan.
Yeah. People like being able to retrieve retrieve things they need from their deck, and Arvin lets you get 2 items or get an item and a supporter. So
Oh my god, I was at that tournament playing Future Box today. 4 turns in a row, I didn't get a single energy, and I had 2 electric generators. Both of them failed.
oof. I'm waiting to hear back from this guy whose collection I'm supposed to be buying.
I bought Raging Bolt and finished buying the rest of the end deck, and it cost me $30 in shipping.
Nice. I still have to buy more Zero Arcs and some.
What's crazy? What's crazy was the cards were only 40.
Oh my god. I still need to buy some Darmanitans and 3 Zero Arcs for me to build my end deck. And some supports that I'm also needing. Some rare items.
Well, if oh damn it, if shipping and import fees wouldn't eat it alive, I'd just send you some Darmanitans because I have a couple. Oh, that hurt.
Oh, Darmanitans are really cheap. It's just that I won't go after them because I still need some cards that are harder to find. I'm trying to get them in my city so I don't have to pay shipping.
That's always nice.
Go bulk diving.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back.
Well, I'm
Assuming we
thinking
ever
about
get around to
starting
raiding.
playing Magic. I was talking to some people today that plays Magic, and they said, "Hey, just come here and we teach you how to play and stuff." Because I want. Yep. Like I played back with a Legacy deck a long time ago. It was fun. Like it was. And then I tried played Commander with some friends. I don't know if I don't have fun because I didn't like Commander, because like I didn't have fun of the in the like what with them playing with them, because like they were really experienced and they just like they wanted to play and they didn't really want to be like explaining all the time, and I didn't like know the gist of Magic and stuff, and was pretty new to CGs. But I think if I try it now, I might find it more fun. Especially that will be Final Fantasy decks, and I'll buy the Stola Commander deck. Yes, I wanted to try Standard or Pioneer, but like in my city people only play Commander and sometimes Pauper. Yeah, but like my local game shop, they said that they will have pre-orders for the sets, and I think that they aren't producing Magic sets in Brazil anymore, so I have to get the Wizard of the Coast ones from US, so it will be a little bit expensive.
Yeah, trading card games can get expensive.
Oh yeah, they stopped producing Magic here last year. Those are quite expensive, them.
My wallet's just happy I stopped playing Warhammer. Because that shit was expensive.
I know that Magic the Gathering is weird here because like they had for a long time, they were producing a long time cards here, translated to Portuguese, but then they stopped it. So there was no more cards in Portuguese, so it's very common for people have mixed decks with Portuguese and English cards. I know that Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! People get crazy if you have a card in a different language.
For Yu-Gi-Oh, you just need to have a translation available, whether it's a physical copy or on Novan. As long as it's TCG and not OCG card, it's legal.
I remember I was playing with a kid, and Pokemon TCG with a kid, and he clearly did on the deck. It was probably like his brothers or parents' deck, and there are some cards in English. And in the middle of the match, he said, "Hey, can you translate that for me?"
Sure, you lose the game.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh in South America is whack. Basically, the rest of the world jokes that if you go there, it's a free win because the economy is so different there. So 9 times out of 10, they aren't playing the $1,000 meta decks that America and Europe are playing.
And that's something I hate about Yu-Gi-Oh! That like I like having physical cards, and when I start playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I was like, oh my god, that shit is just so fucking expensive. And if I start liking and playing the game, I want to have a physical deck. If I have a physical deck, it would be very expensive, and I want to be able to purchase like the cards I want to play with because there will be like $1,000, and $1,000 here is $6,000. It's I have to work 2 months to buy a fucking deck, and I don't want that.
It all depends. If you want like a meta deck, yeah. If you want a road deck, there's a lot of reprinted road decks recently that are actually really cheap. Like my deck that I'm playing with cost me $300, but I didn't buy the $1,000 worth of staples and the Fiendsmith engine.
I remember, like, I was playing with a $90 deck, and I got like against a $500 Dragapult deck, and I humiliated the man. And it's something that like the as you play more and more, you get like a bigger collection, and it will be easier to get more cards because you have more stuff to trade for and etc. By the way, I decided I'm starting to collecting tag team cards. I already got this Zekrom and Pikachu one, and Umbreon and Darkrai. But there are other ones that I'm looking for. Why is BF today so good? Oh, by the way, Rose, someone today got a god prize pack.
Oh yeah.
They got 3 EX. One of them were a Dragapult.
Nice.
And 3 foils. So like, our packs are just 6 cards, so...
It is so dead.
Why do you have... okay. Still on. Well, I can build most of the deck I want to build in Yu-Gi-Oh! For like $50-ish.
Which deck?
An Exo Sister deck.
Oh my god. I actually played that deck competitively, and it is very rough with the Power Prosperity at 1.
I don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. I just want to build the deck because I like it.
That's fair.
Mostly because I don't like what Yu-Gi-Oh's become. I don't like all the new stuff they've added.
Yeah. Ninja and the Reaper. I have this one guy at my locals who was playing a meta deck for like the last year, and we'd always play against each other, and he'd always get an easy win off of me. And now I'm playing a meta deck against his outdated meta deck, and he's complaining that I'm whooping his butt.
I say the only Yu-Gi-Oh deck I own, I think every single card in it is now banned. because it had things like the Envoys and Magician of Dark Chaos in it, and I'm like, yay! And then the last time I tried to come back to Yu-Gi-Oh, they were like, oh yeah, you like those are like hardcore banned from everything, and I was like, oh, this is like the only deck I own though, and I'm not paying for more.
Yeah. What the heck is toxic spotlights?
It might be the toxic friends, because they had a
Yeah.
rate plan, and that's how they sort their spotlights.
Do they have a link to the raid plan?
And
I'm gonna
They
check
say
this.
it's easier than Hector, but like Hector's already pretty easy. Like I don't know how it's not easier than I don't know how it's easier than Hector.
Yeah?
did you not hit the?
I really did it, because I was looking for the toxic friend plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I posted
Oh,
in general.
Look at it real quick.
Yeah,
It
give it a
says
peep.
spotlights.
Hello, Evie.
Hello.
I mean, if we do it, there's a greater chance for error, I'm guessing.
Basically, instead of you looking in the west, you'll be looking in south and east.
So I'm looking south instead of west.
Here, let me. Basically, let me show you.
I mean, I'm looking at it, and this is kind of much.
Hector is like that, but
Hector is off tank always takes east. Main tank
That will
always
be-
takes west.
yep, that will be your spots.
Yeah. Yeah, this is yeah.
Do you know how to do that?
I know how to do Hector. Yeah, I know how to do Hector just
Oh, but
fine.
the toxic friends.
Who's being passive aggressive?
I didn't read that as passive aggressive.
All right, well, let's
No.
just decide if we're doing Hector or Toxic Friends, because this is gonna be partly a prog party if we're doing Toxic Friends.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick while this is being explained. Hopefully, it's open.
I don't see how it's more simple. Like,
I don't understand either.
They're basically saying they're doing toxic and they aren't following the strat.
Now I'm gonna do toxic.
Yeah, just
Bruh.
kick them.
Yeah, I'm not.
Party lead
No,
decides the
no,
strat.
don't fucking do that. Don't let them like walk in here and be like, toxic friend is easier. Yeah, sure, it can be easier, but you can't just walk in here and say, yeah, get out, leave.
It's easier if you already know the strat, right? That's fair. But if you don't know the strat, having a clear party do it when it's Hector is not gonna help.
You can't just walk into a Hector party and be like, use a different raid plan, by the way. I'm glad they took themselves out. Jesus. Yeah, I read the party description, right? It's
Yeah, it
Hector.
was Hector.
Two chests. Any two chests.
I mean, they could be right. It could be simpler. But if people,
It is simpler, but
we
yes,
all
have
learned
Hector.
Hector, if everyone learned Hector, right, you're having people change strats in a clear party.
Yeah. What is wrong with you?
I mean, the simple
What's wrong
fact
with
of the matter
them?
is that if you join a PF that has a clear set strat, then demanding the
Yeah,
strat be
it's in the
changed is just rude as
description.
fuck.
XD? Yeah, shove it up your asshole,
And
bastard.
it really wasn't making the only I think what I'm seeing is it's just so the way I understand Hector's is melee and off two and off tank take east, main tank and melee one take west, and then I guess it's just switching to north and south. But like then it's the same simplicity, it's just changing directions.
Yeah, it's because they latched onto one strat and think it's better because it's the strat they do.
I mean, I'm I'm pretty flexible if I understand the strat, but I don't want to do a clear party with a strat I don't know because then I know I'm gonna mess up.
Could I send that to Teos from Duty Finder?
I don't know, should you? What if they also peruse that same shit? I'm mad. I'm so mad. I'm so angry right now. I can't believe that shit. Can this person read? Hello.
Yeah, that's why you should always put something like fish at the end of your...
It's like I'm going into your house. Taking your
I'll be
shit.
right back.
What was their name?
I'll be right back.
Alright.
It sucks because I just ate food when we got in there, so now my
Same.
food buff's getting wasted.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I've got enough for everybody.
I can go buy more. I have the gill.
Or you could just take the several thousand that I have and take some of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I produced like 3,800 of it, so I've got some to
Wow.
spare. I'm kind of a psychopath when it comes to crafting things. No, I said sort, you piece of shit.
Well, hopefully we get another ninja so we can have the same party comp. That would be like really funny.
That would be very funny, yes.
And that would also be really good because then all of our DPS provide raid buffs.
It's all aligned.
Right, I need to go back to working on that. Sorry guys, we're having personnel issues.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I want y'all to know that I specifically went to Hyperion to specifically add them to my blacklist. They can eat my ass.
You don't have to do that. You
I
can,
don't know
you
if
can
you
do it
want to
straight
teach
from your
your ass.
contacts list.
They probably couldn't tell from your ass from your face.
No, I
That's
want
the way they
to
didn't read the PDF description.
I don't understand why you would waste our people's time by joining a PF, thinking that because you're demanding that you're going to do a strat, and then you tell us, oh, well, I'm just going to do a different strat than you just strat, and potentially wipe the group. No, nah,
I
homie,
mean,
nah.
In my opinion, it's fine to ask, but then party lead has final say. So if party lead says no, we aren't going to do it, then you have to respect what the party lead says.
Yeah, you're not in this. You're not the party lead to be demanding those things.
I have no problem with it, but like, even
The
then,
fact that they
if
did
a
it.
party, if the party is like, it's Hector, then alright, it's Hector. Maybe try out Hector, and if it doesn't work, be like, hey, toxic friends might be a little easier for us. Tee-hee.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind them asking if they say, hey, do you mind doing toxic friends? And if everyone knows a mechanic, you do. But like you said, no, people here doesn't know toxic friends. Then like, okay, let's do Hector. The PF said Hector. It's like the thing with our burst in Arcadia Fever 2, like, it's not standard, but like, hey, let's burst there.
I mean, I think PF has standardized on Hector and Cleave maxing. The issue is if you did it day one, you were using the raid plan, and people aren't flexible with strategies. Like if they learned it one way, they refuse to learn the other way. Even if it's as simple as just changing from south and north to east and west.
Like, I also prefer toxic friends for that mechanic, but it's not hard learning Hector, because like, we tried both, and people here preferred Hector. So I'm doing Hector, although I prefer toxic friends.
I mean, I'm confident I could have done it, but I am not confident that I could have done it right off the bat. I'd say that's like a 65-45 chance that I do it right off the bat, 65% chance I do it.
So is the only difference the melee then?
Yep, only the melee is different.
Yeah.
The toxic friend is what we were doing day one.
I started day 2, so Hector's guide was out, so when I was progging with my last act, we were doing Hector.
I say most of the parties up seem to be doing Hector.
Like, I'm curious what will be the default for what's the name? For M7 and M8, because M8S still don't have Hector's video, and M7S is pretty recent, and I see people are still not using Hector's that much. Some people are, but
A lot of people are still stuck on M6 ads.
Yep.
Yep.
Yo, this new medication makes me feel really fucking weird.
I do want to ask, are we gonna possibly go a little longer tonight because we took so long to fill?
I will not be able to. I'm sorry. You guys can, but I will not be able to. Sorry.
Well, there's no... Today, if someone leave, we can just skip here because then our next meeting will be after reset, so it's not like we'll fuck other people's loot. Well, I am really caffeinated, so I can go up to whatever.
Yeah, I have some plans after raid, and I can't necessarily get behind. I got a second job I gotta do, so I gotta keep up with commissions and.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, match 13 is my second job.
Jesus Christ.
This is about to become my only job at the rate my body's going.
Damn.
That's not the right Discord.
I'll be right back. If the party fill and I'm not here, ping me in Discord.
Okie dokie.
I've forgotten that PF can be a shit show towards at a certain point. I've forgotten the ways of PF.
Oh yeah, time's out.
Okay. Back to deafening.
Alright, guys. Looks like tonight's going to be a bust, so I'm going to wrap this down. We are not going to raid out tonight. We're just going to go ahead and wrap up. It's been that kind of day. Y'all have a good evening. And I apologize for the lack of anything interesting tonight.